Hey there everyone on YouTube. So I recently acquired a DJI Mavic Air drone, and it has only been on one flight. I've taken it on one flight, and then the battery dropped pretty bad. It was like at 3 bars, and now it was like at, I think, it was around 75% fully charged. And after the one flight, which was probably 15-20 minutes, I dropped down to about 45%. Now, on a normal controller, that's not an issue. So I brought it home, plugged it in, and it wouldn't charge. It just sat there and it blinked. So I thought, okay, well, I read in the forums that if you leave it overnight, it will charge. So I left it overnight, and it went down from 2 bars charging into 3, into 1 blinking bar. If I start it up, it just beeps the low battery warning. And then when I plug it in, let's make sure I plug it in right. And when I plug it in, it does this whole sequence of just rapid blinking, and it does this the whole entire day, whole entire night, no matter what cable I use, no matter what charger, if it's the DJI charger, if it's just a cell phone charger, 1 amp, 2 amps, doesn't matter. So rather than send this thing in for repair for 65 bucks or buy a new one for $100, I'm gonna take it apart completely and see if I can just unplug the battery, leave it unplugged for a few minutes to let it think its decision's over, and then plug it back in, and hopefully everything starts working. But we'll see if that's a viable way for repair or not. So after a few minutes of tinkering, here's the battery out. And there's the record button. There's the battery out. It's unplugged from the board. We have the second board here with the LEDs for the battery power. We have the rest of the parts. So I'll leave it unplugged just for a minute or a few minutes, just to let it sit and think about its decisions, and then we'll plug everything back in and see if it wants to charge this time, hopefully. So taking apart this controller and disconnecting it, putting it back, nothing. It still will not charge. So I've been turning it on, and it used to beep like the low battery beep. I used to let it beep for half an hour and keep going until it's almost out of juice, where I think it's right about just out of juice. And then I'll see if plugging it in will have any effect now that it's almost out of juice. But who knows? If not, I'll have to get a new controller, which is like $100-something bucks, because you can't find the batteries anywhere, not even from China. Which, I mean, you can find batteries for everything apparently except for this. And the new Mavic Air batteries do not fit this, so I'm hoping that it works out well, because if not, well, this will be scrapped or used for parts or something when I get the new one. So I finally fixed it. It is charging. All I had to do was buy a new battery. Here's the original one, and then I swapped this one out with some aftermarket one, and it is charging. It's let's see here, should be almost fully charged. I bought a second controller just in case that one didn't work, and this one works perfect, so I'll be selling that again. And my original controller works with a new battery. So if yours is not charging, buy a new battery, because unplugging it does not work.